Welcome to episode 4, Becoming Bully-Proof, Parental Influence and Support. And with me once again is Sumoné. Welcome to this episode.
Thank you so much.
Now, in last week, we spoke about the hidden drivers behind bullying, where we spoke about peer pressure and so on. But today, I think we focus a little bit more on the parents. How can parents differentiate between typical childhood conflict and behavior that might show onto the bullying patterns that is emerging?
So a normal developmental childhood conflict will be situational, short duration, and will have a form of resolution and be reciprocal. If we think about this normal developmental behavior, both parties will be and work as collaboration and in a team for an effective outcome. So both will have the same power. When we look at behavior of a bully, it will most probably be an imbalance between both of the parties, where justification, intent, and lack of concern for others will be present.
Once they begin to recognize the patterns, how can they start to understand what their child's behavior might be communicating beneath the surface?
So understand the hidden wounds, understand the why behind certain behaviors. Having a mind shift of, seeing behavior as problematic to behavior that is actually communicating something. When a parent actually makes this mind shift, they will be able to understand the reason why certain behaviors happen. And we did spoke about this last time as well, about repetitive behaviors, a deep sense of control, belonging. Having all those factors and patterns in consideration will definitely help parents to recognize these signs and symptoms.
If you look at the emotional climate at home, such as conflict, discipline, communication, and the way it's handled, how does that influence the child's behavior and the child's likelihood to become a bullying or even a victim, I think?
So from deep research, it is shown that a home environment is the actual initial onset and will determine effective, successful or unsuccessful behavior, and will also be the onset then for bullying or not bullying behavior. So if a child grows up in an environment that is high in conflict, or for example, inconsistent parenting styles, that will result in a higher level of likelihood of bullying. And also a too harsh environment or strict environment will also result in a possibility of victimization and external observational behaviors.
That's quite important, the way you to communicate and handle your child at home. If you look at when the child is now starting to display bullying behavior and so on, how can parents navigate the emotional tension of holding both responsibility for the behavior and the compassion for the child's underlying development and emotional needs?
So set clear boundaries and be emotionally connected to this child. The other thing that parents can also do, is to really understand this behavior in a firm way, but also to not be too harsh on the child, to actually understand where their emotion is coming from and to be effectively connected to get an effective outcome forward.
We've said it before, what you need to do is have a good relationship with your children. You can't be an absent parent to start off with. You can't be a dictator at home. What else? Those type of things. And they all got their own problems running with it. Now, when you look at the bigger picture, how can parents intentionally raise children who do not only refrain from bullying behavior, but also actively contribute to creating a safe, respectful, and emotionally aware peer environments?
So the first thing is to really be a responsible parent. As we mentioned before, you are mirroring the behavior, but also your home environment is really important. So be a responsible parent and example for your child. Set clear boundaries and communicate, certain needs that they maybe want and where you can get them in the middle to get an effective outcome. That will also help you to set secure and emotional attachments with your child.
Very important what we said. Good relationship, not overly strict, not overly compassionate. When you say over, it always creates another problem.
Yes.
Sumoné, thank you very much. Let's tell people to contact you if it need be. Consultations are always better than what we are doing now scratching the surface. So we want you to, if you think you have a problem, Sumoné's details are there. Contact her, make an appointment, and let's see where she can help you. Thank you for watching the Bulletin, and thank you for being here again.
Thank you.